Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Professor Henry Bwisa of Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology in Kenya. I teach entrepreneurship, project management, and related subjects. Now, in Kenya, recently, my president announced a ban, or literally war, against illicit brews. But the problem of illicit brews is not peculiarly Kenyan. Virtually every African country is struggling with this. Now, I want to use my classroom theories and models to contribute towards looking for strategies of fighting the illicit brew on the continent. So in this talk, I want to relate what we teach in class and how it can be found on the desks of the policymakers. Thank you for tuning in. Yes, look at Africa. The East Uganda government banned, the South Cape Town, West Nigeria, North Egypt, and of course even Central. So, illicit brew is a problem of Africa. But I will take Kenya as my case study or my example, my focus. Yes, look at that. Uasin Gishu chief pours illicit brew on a disabled woman brewer, and the chief's governor defends the chief, terming the business illegal. The governor indeed goes on to ask all chiefs to be ruthless when dealing with the illicit brew. No, I've not imagined this. Look at that source. Verified from there. Now, Kenya has had successive presidents. We had the first president, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, 1963 to 1978. Then came Mzee Daniel Arap Moi, 1978 to 2002. And then Mwai Kibaki, 2002, 2013. And came Uhuru Kenyatta, the son of the founding president of the nation, 2013 to 2022. And now we have Dr. William Ruto on reign. Now, since the 1970s, Kenya's successive presidents have addressed the illicit brew issue. Let's listen to them. President Moi.
Formerly, I was a chief during Moi's time, and this time I want to join the family, the Kenyans, and the world at large in mourning the passing on of our former president, Daniel Arap Moi. In fact, I have a number of issues that I can remember Moi with. During the time I was an administrator of this Karingan location, I remember Moi did a landmark in declaring local brew illegal. And he closed all the bars in Kenya, including the place I was working. That one helped me so much.
This is not a trick in the art or science of news reporting, the startling deaths owing to consumption of illicit brews. If the statistics in Nyahururu and Ruiru are anything to go by, 24 people dead in just under 2 days. 1 year on since the Alcoholic Drinks Act was gazetted, the government is still grappling with the implementation of a law that was touted to be Kenya's saving grace. And so where does the buck stop?
Government administrators must move with speed and deal decisively with this issue.
young men and even women in the country to illicit liquor is an issue that has been a thorn in the flesh for the country's leadership for a while now. So much so that the president held a meeting at State House earlier today with central Kenya legislators, one of the worst affected region by the virus. The meeting sought to map out a way to combat the source and supply of illicit liquor in the region before the same is rolled out in other parts of the country.
Na ile yote ambayo iko haramu yote imwagwe yote straight, na hakuna discussion, kwa sababu hatuwezi kuendelea kuongea juu ya hii maneno ya? Hatuwezi kuendelea kuongea juu ya hii maneno, na mimi nataka tukutane hapa, kila mtu na list ya vile amefanya kwake. Anybody ambaye hatafanya, dismissal there.
Hii pombe haramu, mimi nataka niwatangazie mapema, hii mambo ya pombe haramu tutaizima. Hawa watu wote ambao wanatengeneza pombe chafu inaumiza wananchi. Wengine wananchi wanakuwa vipovu, wengine wanakuwa sijui nini, wazee wanahangaika, wanatembea wakilala barabarani. Watoto wetu ndio hawa wako kwa mtaro kwa sababu ya pombe. Hiyo hasara hatuwezi kukubali. Tunahitaji wazee wetu walinde familia zao, tunahitaji vijana wetu watusaidie kufanya kazi kujenga uchumi wa taifa letu la Kenya. Pombe itangoja ama itazama. Hiyo mahali yote ambayo pombe haramu inatengenezwa tutafunga. Nimesema tutafunga. Na wasikie nimesema tutafunga. Kwa sababu hatuwezi kukubali taifa ya walevi. We have to think about what we are going to do. So wale officers wetu wote, from the police to the members of the provincial administration, we must ensure that every place where illegal brews are being brewed, we must close them down so that we can have a decent society. Tuko na mvinyo ya kutosha, ile ambayo imepimwa na serikali na inaonekana haiwezi kudhuru maisha ya mtu. Hiyo inatosha na wanalipa ushuru. Lakini hawa wengine hawalipi ushuru, wanaangaisha wananchi, wanatuletea hasara, so ni hasara pande zote.
Yes, the dominant approach has been using more of the stick, that means punishment, and less of the carrot. Yes, theory has the carrot and the stick approach. You know, this is an idiom and of course theory that refers to a policy of offering both reward and punishment to induce behavior. Look at this. If you are on a donkey, a mule, either you'll beat it with a stick, probably from behind, to make it move forward. But it will come a time when it is used to the pain. However hard you beat, it won't move. So you'll introduce an incentive, a motivator, the carrot, and you hang it just in front of it. And when it goes to eat it, it moves ahead. So punishment moves it, rewards also will move it. That is the theory. Now back to the successive sticks. Again, quotes in literature, in theory. If you want to get different results, do things differently. And if you try one method and it fails, try another method until you get what you want. That was Prince Wales. And of course, another, Stephen Covey. One thing's for sure, if we keep doing what we are doing, we are going to keep getting what we are getting. One definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing and expect different results. Very strong words, strong advice, wisdom. Now, in project management, we have this concept of the problem tree. You know, tools for development. you can read it at that source, how to design a new program. This tree, look, it has roots, and roots are always hidden. They are below the ground. Then it has the stem, and it has the branches and the leaves. Yes, whatever we see here, if they are fruits, if they are sour, it means something in the roots not correct. If they are sweet, in other words, what we see on top of the ground has probably its causes in the roots, and hence this tool. Let's now relate to our brewing. The cause, most of the people who brew, particularly in Kenya, are women, and they are poor. That's why they go to brewing, and it's hidden down there. Now, they survive via illicit brewing, but the effect is the society is harmed. So, can we address the roots? Women are poor. Then we're saying the means to the end will be if women are trained in appropriate entrepreneurship, then they will abandon illicit brewing, and this will improve society. That is the theory, project management, problem tree analysis. Now, I gathered some research that has been done on illicit brewing in Kenya, and this is just a short synopsis of the same, that there is rising illicit brews and even their consumption. Why? That problem tree is poverty. People are poor, women are poor, therefore they depend on illicit brews. But why are they poor? Because we have poor resource distribution, national poor resource distribution. Peer pressure also leads to consumption. Why are there peer pressure? Idleness of the youth. The youth unemployment therefore contributes to that. But of course, the existing non-illicit drinks are expensive, not affordable. Those are the key reasons, factors that have been registered in literature of Kenya that lead to that continued illicit brewing and their consumption. And all that, in my opinion, the root causes, we always use the stick, the punishment, and the people who brew get used to the punishment. We also have inappropriate or biased legislation. We don't legislate for youth unemployment. Sometimes even corruption crops in and priorities are misplaced. So, I identified the supply side to be this the brewing. The brewing is the supply side and mainly done by women. The demand side, mainly by the youth. So, these are my selected root causes. Therefore, if we address these root causes, we may be heading somewhere. The supply side, I said, mainly women. Yes, look at that source. A chief in our Shangishu country carries equipment used by brewers. Look, it's women who are involved. The supply side, mainly women. The demand side, mainly youth. Look, go around and you see these drunkard, strong, energetic, drunken Kenyan youth. So I have identified the supply side and the demand side. Back to our stick. Yes, the stick, the bans and punishment. The carrot economic empowerment. So if we can now change from the stick or balance the stick and the carrot, we may be getting somewhere. Yes. So my new problem 3 will be, if we want the objective, we want to get reduced illicit brews and reduced consumption, then we must create wealth. We must have fair resource distribution. We must have self-regulation, individual, the peer review, or rather peer pressure eliminated. Idleness eliminated, so people are busy. That is through youth employment. And of course, regulation to make the existing non-illicit drinks affordable. So, I see the carrot being the appropriate legislation that leads to these results. This again, I'm applying the problem tree analysis theory to practice. So these again are my selected means to the end. Of course, there are various approaches, but I elected to touch on this only. So I want to propose that the supply side is the first to be addressed. Why? The brewers are fewer. We can handle them easier. Not that we should not handle the demand side, but for now, I want to concentrate on the supply side. Again, if you kill supply, then you definitely will kill demand. Of course, one can argue that demand will shift. For example, many young men can even start sanitizers. So it is not enough to focus on supply alone. But for now, I'm focusing on supply. So we say there are women. Identify them, analyze them, categorize them, and then train them in entrepreneurship, in agripreneurship, and then facilitate them. Finance, give them finance, provide business development services, the BDS. Let me now make my statement. Yes, our tree that I started with, the roots are here, the stem is here, and the branches are there. I'm saying the means, if women are trained in appropriate entrepreneurship, then they will engage in illegal income generating activities so that the environment will be improved, the society will be improved. That is my hypothesis. That is my argument. Yes, indeed, it is not far-fetched. We have these women, who are reformed. They are reformed brewers now exporting handcraft to France, to USA from Kenya. And again, it is not me imagining this. That is the source. The source is out there. These women were once upon a time brewers, illicit brewers. Now they are contributing positively to the economy. So I am suggesting training. For example, we can even have urban vertical farming. This is just one approach. Look, the women can be trained to deal in vertical farming. They will produce for food, the vegetables, also for feed. Then another lot will be trained in distributing, trading, selling the produce. So they create demand for the farmers. Feed. Other women may now try chicken. And of course, some of the feed for their chicken, as you can see, this chicken is feeding on greens. So we have women trained in producing vegetables, and they are earning a living because they will sell to the other women who are selling in the groceries in their shops. And they will also sell to other women who have been trained to keep chicken, the feed, so they have income flowing in. These have income flowing in. The chicken, they will sell eggs to home users. They can also sell the eggs to street boilers. This woman makes about 30,000 Kenya shillings selling eggs on the streets, as I gathered. Now from there, the shells from the eggs, those shells, and the droppings from the chicken mixed together and composted, which shall create chicken organic manure, and the farmers will now get their input. You can see kind of a circular economy for the women. This can be done. This is possible. Yes, look at that source in Ghana, in Kenya, economic benefits of sack farming. That is vertical farming. So vertical farming is doable. Look at that. Corn gardening, changing the livelihood of women living with disabilities and, in slums. Yes, Jeno Nyango, I got 40,000 monthly from chicken farming. Yes, hustle chicken farming couple turns manure into money. Look at that. Woman makes 30,000 selling boiled eggs. So all this is possible. These strategies are there. These are the carrots. Training, introducing alternative income generating activities is a carrot that might bear fruits now that the punishment, the stick, is no longer doing it. You saw successive presidents of Kenya, 1963 to today, we keep introducing bans. Yes, we should, but might we not combine both the stick and the carrot? If you liked it, subscribe, like, share, but please leave a comment. This was your tutor, enterprise tutor, Professor Henry Bwisa, wihem@gmail.com. That is my email. My Kenyan telephone number, 722-858507. I am a certified and authorized ILO trainer. We train in generating your business ideas, starting your business, improving your business, expanding. We train for individuals, corporates, circles, cooperatives, and so on and so forth. Thank you for listening.